Hey folks, welcome to Jay's Outdoors and Stuff. Today we're going to go over jerk baits and how to use them. I've come up with a method that I don't think is new to anyone, but I wanted to show you some jerk baits because the one method that I use, which is a twitch method, can only be used on smaller jerk baits. The bigger jerk baits can't use the twitch method and you still need to jerk them like you normally would. But we'll go over a few of them. I'll stay with some of the cheaper brands that you would find in stores that you can easily find. Some of the really good ones, they get a little harder to find and they cost a lot more, upwards of $20 to $30 a bait. But we'll stick with some that are on the affordable end and we'll go with this. Right now we're looking at some Smith wicks. These are Pro Rogues, or actually these two are Pro Rogues, they're bigger. These ones were Rogues, and they make it even small. These ones were the Rogues. They make an even smaller one, a Junior Rogue, or a Rogue Junior, I think it's called. Move over. These are the Storm ones that I like to use. This is a TS10. These ones are TS08s. Now these are twitch sticks by Storm. Storm does make the Thunder stick, but I don't like the Thunder stick because I like this twitch method that I'm using, and these TS08s work great for it. The TS10s, you just run it like a jerkbait also. Move over into Rapala, and here, get in a little closer, you can see this top one is an HJ12. These bottom two here, these are HJ10s, and this even littler guy here, he's an HJ8. Now the HJ8 and the HJ10s, those can be used like a twitch bait. This one's also a 10, can be used like a twitch bait. These 12s up here, these are solid jerk baits. You can't use the twitch method with those. We'll move over. These are some new ones that I've been trying for a couple of years out of Japan. Some duos. The bigger ones, these SP120s, they can't be used like a twitch bait, but these little SP100s, they can be. This twitch method works really good. I've been catching a lot of fish and a lot of big fish too. These are XD lures in some really odd colors. I think I've thrown this purple one about 10 times and I really don't like it. I didn't like the action. The colors are kind of off to me. I don't know what it is with the colors. I don't like them, but that doesn't mean fish don't like them. And maybe with the right fish, I would hit them. But for the fish I'm going after, they don't seem to care too much for them. Like I said, I don't know if it's color or the body profile. All of these have a different body profile, and that's what's going to make differences. And in all the jerk baits you buy, they're all going to have different body styles. If they had the same, we would just use there would only be one kind. But let's go back over the little ones. We can review them, but basically the little ones we can use on a twitch method, these little guys. And these guys over here. Now this guy, this 120, he's 5 inches. So I'm going to assume, just right off of what I can see, that this guy's about 4.5 inches. Okay. Same with when we move over to the Rapala. The HJ12s, those are 5 inches. So the HJ10, I'm going to say, is probably, just by eyeballing, it is probably, 4.5 also. And the twitch sticks are even smaller. These little guys are probably right at 4 or 3 3/4 inches. Now you notice a color trend in all of these lures. You see a lot of clowns, a lot of blue and orange, and in these Japanese ones we get some perch looking prism effect ones, but even there's a black back, orange bottom, but he's got a nice prism side. Pretty cool. It's just like a hollow perch color, or translucent, not hollow. This one is a Strike King. That one, I was doing pretty good with the Strike Kings for a little while. I don't know what happened. The fish turned off on them. I don't know if I'm running it wrong. You know, you can only run a jerk bait two ways. You can jerk it or twitch it. And I don't know what happened. That lure just kind of went dead for me. Which will happen. I've noticed, you know, there was a lake that we was doing really good. Me and friends and guys we fish with, we were doing really good with Smithwicks. But I don't know if the fish started seeing them a lot and got educated, because after a while we started catching more on other baits and not so much these Smithwicks. But when I put this video up, I'll measure some of these baits and I'll tell you how big they are. But those ones have to be used as jerk baits. These smaller ones we're going to use as a twitch bait, and that's what I want to show you, because it's been a little bit of a method with jerk baits that I've been using, and it works. It's been working really well. Alright, look at those, and we'll head out and we'll go to the lake, and we'll work these lures a little bit and see if we catch a fish. Alright, thank you guys. I'll see you out on the lake. Hey folks, welcome to Jay's Outdoors and stuff. We're gonna learn how to use a jerk bait today. I'm gonna teach you one other little method that's not, it's known on guys that fish a lot, but if you've just started using jerk baits and you want to learn a different technique, I'm gonna show you, and I'll show you a technique, or not a technique, I'll show you how to use a jerk bait. I did a video on this earlier, and when I was rewatching what I recorded, I seen where I was making a mistake. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fish a little here. Hopefully we catch something, but we're going to use a jerk bait. This one is probably a little under, probably about 4.5 inches. So a smaller one. You can't see that, so I'm going to turn the camera. Bump. Now, you can see that. Okay. What I'm going to do is reel it down. Reel my bait down so it gets below surface. Now, we'll go ahead and jerk. Jerk. Reel up, slack. Jerk. Jerk. Reel it up. Jerk. Jerk. Okay, now there's two important parts on this. Is when I reel up, I don't want to reel my bait in at all. You don't want to move it. And when you snap on the back, you don't want to move it either. So an example would be, is when I snap back, I don't want to keep moving it back like this. That is bad, okay? Now on the reel up also, you don't want to reel up and drag that bait before you snap. So I'll drag it a little and I'll snap. That's bad. And so is the wind. So if the wind cooperates here, we'll keep going. But it's bad enough just right now that this isn't going to sound very good. The visual will still be there. But I can talk while the wind's going, since I'm up close to the camera. The main thing in running this jerkbait is that when you snap back, you want to stop and not drag your bait. When you reel up the slack, you don't want to reel up extra slack and start dragging that jerkbait towards you. You don't want to do that. It's got to have it's got to be stopped. It's got to go snap, snap, and stop. It can't at any time just float and pull. You don't want it to do that. Not good. But wind's calming down a little bit. It goes up and down, this wind, this little breeze does, but it's just enough that the microphone on here will pick it up and give you some bad hearing stuff. Some of it I might be able to edit out, but without dragging that bait. Snap, snap. I'm giving it a double snap. You can do a single, double, triple. And your pause, you can determine your pause by what you're fishing for and where you're at. You know, if you notice that you're getting largemouths, you know, your good fish or any fish are coming on a 3-second pause, you know, stick with that. Don't pick that up. You know, keep your pause at 3 seconds, you know, increase it to 5 seconds. These jerk baits suspend pretty well. Some of them do. You might have to test them in a bucket to make sure they don't float or sink too fast. I like to reel my lure down, get it below the surface. Now we'll start working it. Oh, this wind is horrible trying to run jerk baits, because the wind is naturally pushing my line. And when it pushes my line, that makes the jerk bait just float unnaturally like we don't want it to do. And you do want a little bit of slack on that front end before you snap, because that's what's going to help give you a better snap, and that jerk bait will get that twist, that jerk twist, like a jerk bait's supposed to. Alright, so this doesn't turn into a 3-hour video. We'll stop with the jerks, because you guys understand that when you're running any jerk bait, run it like, use it like that, like a jerk bait. What that lure is doing is when you jerk it, it's happening real fast. It's going forward, twisting, and coming back out, and that's what you want it to stop. That's why when my hand, if I ever show you, I do that, and that's what that jerk bait's doing. But you want it to go from a stop, 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 stop. Nowhere do you want it to just kind of glide forward. That way, you're gonna catch less fish if you do that. You know, you might get lucky, as in any fish, and you're gonna catch some. Now I'm gonna show you a different method that you can use on smaller jerk baits, on some of the jerk baits that we reviewed. Some of those HJ10s, HJ8s, you know, like these Duo 100 SPs, some of these littler jerk baits, which is a twitch method. Storm makes a twitch stick 08 that we reviewed in there. That's a really good one to use too for a twitch method. Now when you do that, that jerk bait isn't doing this anymore. Is all we're doing is making it go bump, bump in the water. Bump, bump. But the theory is still the same on the start and stop. In a bump, bump, we don't want it to keep gliding forward. We want it to go bump, bump, stop. Bump, bump, stop. Okay, let's do the twitch method. I like to call it bump method because I'm just bumping it along. It's not even a twitch, it's just a bump. And you'll see the difference in my rod. Wind. I like him. much different that was. Bump, bump. There's no jerk there. I'm not snapping it. Bump, bump. Reeling up slag. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump, bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. We stop at the end. We reel up that slack without pulling the lure. Bump, bump. I catch a lot of fish with this little twitch or bump technique. That's why I want to show it to you. Because I seem to catch just as many fish doing this as I do, maybe even more fish than when I use it like a real jerk bait. I want to cast it a little to my left. I think if I take a few casts, you guys will get up a couple of different angles and see it. I like to pull that jerk bait below the surface, get it down, and then start working it. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. Make sure we're still recording. Yeah, everything still looks good. We're still going for it. We'll keep going for it for a minute. Here comes big wind. I can hear it coming over the mountain. I don't mind it. I'll fish in it. But when you're trying to run a jerkbait, the wind throws you off because you're trying to do either a snap on your jerkbait or you're trying to do a little bump or twitch. And what happens is instead of stopping that lure, when the wind blows your line. And as it blows your line, that's pulling your bait. And that's giving it that unnatural drift. That's going to catch less fish. So the wind's pretty good right now. I don't mind fishing in wind. It's just this wind's going to throw it off and make for a rough video. I've got some other footage I think we can add it into here, and we'll take a look at it and see if anything in here is educational and can help you guys. If so, we'll publish it. If not, we're back to the drawing board and we'll redo another video. Thanks, guys. See those snaps? Giving it a good double snap. Bam, bam. Now what that's doing is it's causing the bait underwater to really go like that. It gives a pull, a twist, and then straightens out when you stop. If I had a big fish tank, I could show you. Or an underwater camera. That'd be cool too. Today we're fishing with the cousin, Brent. He's down here, he's running a jerkbait down the shore a little bit.
Watch out for slippery rocks. Don't spill the beer, don't break the rock.
There we go. That's fish on. That's fish on that twitch method.
My dad was all bitching about this rod because he fucking bought it. I'm like, dude.
Doesn't feel like the monster, but we're fish on. Hopefully a good keeper and not a female. I don't want to keep any of the females. I just want to keep something I can take home.
We are hoping for a female, a big female.
That's what we're hoping for. Yeah, big female.
Nice.
That is a good fish. Not big, but it's a good fish. Probably bigger than what I want to keep.
Yeah, that is a nice one. Good.
Yeah, this is a female. Big fat belly. I can already feel it.
I don't know. Normal fucking line.
But that's what you get. That was twitch method. We got that fish. I got a little tape measure here. I'm going to estimate 20 inches. Oh. Let's see. Head, tail. Oh no, my estimate of 20 is a little off. It's 18. 18-inch female. But she's got a big fat belly. She's going to let all them eggs out and make this lake a lot better later. There she goes. Kick out of that. She's gone. Good fish. There's another one. This one was on the shore. This one was close.